Check out this ESP32 review for a LoRa radio station. First things first, I gotta give you props on the parameterization in this design. Every single part in this design has a manufacturer name and part number. There's only 3 parts that don't have part numbers, and that is these screws, as you can see right here in the corner. Now, if you're not gonna procure these with the rest of your parts from your main distributor, what you should do is select these and go up to part type and then select no BOM. Next, on this switch, I would consider adding in some switch debounce, or at least adding in some capacitance to deal with switch bounce. The other thing you should do is you should put some circuit protection on these USB lines, definitely on the USB data lines. You can find USB rated TVS diodes that are bidirectional on Octopart. Next, I know this is an ESP32 review, but take a look at the part number for this module. This particular module is not recommended for new designs. So this is the perfect opportunity to replace this module with a real microcontroller. Pow! Next, I can see that you didn't define the board shape properly. You drew an outline, but the actual board shape doesn't have the same profile as the outline. So what you can do is just select one of these lines, hit tab to select continuous, go up to design, board shape, and define board shape from selected objects. There you can see it now collapses the board shape to the actual outline that you have in your mechanical layer. Next, I see that you used 6 layers in this design, and you used 2 internal ground planes, which is the right thing to do. But take a look here at layer 3 and layer 4. If we just turn on layer 3 and 4, we see that they're mostly empty. I think you could take all of this copper and put it on the bottom layer. Then after you do that and you update the routing, go into the layer stack manager, delete those extra layers, and then put real layer thickness values here in your stack up. Don't just use the default values. Next, we do have silk screen falling off the board edge, which isn't really a functional problem at all, but it is going to result in an email from your fabrication house asking if you want them to remove that silk screen. Thankfully, you can use the silk screen preparation tool. Just go to the tools menu and select silk screen preparation, and make sure that you delete the silk screen outside of the board shape. When you hit OK, it's going to automatically remove all of that extra silk screen. I can see that there's a few places where you have via in pad. You actually need the via in pad on these die attached pads, but here on this regulator, you don't need to have via in pad. What you could do is make sure to specify in your fabrication notes whether or not you want to have these vias resin filled and plated over. And last thing I would like to mention is on some of these SPI lines, you can see here that we don't have any ground stitching via nearby. We want to make sure that we add a grounded via nearby these signals that are traversing across the stack up. That's going to help maintain their return path. Want to have me review your ESP32 design? Find me on LinkedIn and send me your design files.